Are you gonna? Oh,
Hello, hello. So I am going to check. I'm quite sure that we are live on Facebook. So thank you so much. This is Lisa Cara from In Balance Pilates, and I am so thrilled to have Shalini here with me today. I am so excited. We are cheersing and congratulations for her book launch day. So I just wanted to give a huge shout out to you, a huge congratulations, and just bombard you with some angel love today
oh, thank
for
you,
the book
Lisa.
launch.
Thank
So
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So it's a big day for you. You were on earlier with our publisher, with your publisher of the book, Kate Butler. We're intertwined by the Inspired Impact book series. That's how we know each other. So this is which number of book is this? This is your second children's book.
Yes, it's my second children's book. I know sometimes I have to like think about it because the first one's translated into a couple of languages, but it is the second children's book. Yes.
The second, okay, okay. And we have your first one, and we will be getting the second one. Your second book is called Do You Believe in Angels? Angel Winks and Whispers. What a
Yeah.
beautiful title. Oh, show us
I
the
I
cover.
just received it a few hours ago. Amazon actually said I was not supposed to receive it till May 1.
Oh,
And the
wow.
angels delivered and like allowed me to have a copy to share today on launch date with everybody. So I'm so excited.
It looks absolutely beautiful.
Thank
And tell us, and the illustrator, she is also in amongst the Inspired Impact book series.
you.
Tell us the illustrator, Chloe.
Chloe Helms. Yes.
Okay,
And
okay.
I actually met her at our Dare to Dream conference in
Okay,
August
at
20,
the second one, I think,
2019, the
right?
second one.
Okay,
Yes.
because we were together at the
The,
first one
yes.
in Philadelphia in 2018, which was such a gift. I mean, we always say, like, anyone that is in this community, it is such a gift, just this community alone, and to be able to be here and cheer for each other and just, see all the amazing projects and creative endeavors that everyone continues to be on. It's just the community that keeps on giving, and it's just
Yes.
so wonderful to be a part of it. So tell us more about the book. Who is the book for, first of all?
The book is always inspired by the children in our world. But I really honestly feel like the gift of writing that comes through me, if I can even dare to say, it's like Disney, where the movies and the animation, right, is very captivating and engaging to children, but the message is something that all ages is it's valuable and relevant and is useful and is actually something that we can all bring into our lives at any age. So when I write, I feel like the illustrations are super important to me for the kids to be engaged and for them to be able to have some stillness. So as the adult or the parents, like, is reading to the child, you know, um, it gives the adults um, a chance to actually reinforce the message or, speak to them in the way they would understand and resonate and actually open doors to conversations that might not be so easy to have, but through the angels or through my first book with the sun, moon, and stars, concepts of loneliness or friendship, or where in this book it's all, it was really geared towards mental and emotional health and for a growth mindset. So these are conversations through the pages that we can have with our children. So the technically in the book world, it's a children's book, but I do feel like it's relevant for all ages.
100%. And just, to, as you said, to let the children know, sometimes just hearing it through story, and maybe if they're going through a certain feeling that they're unsure of or not sure how to handle, sometimes reading about that in a story such as yours, where they can really relate to what the characters are going through or presenting or teaching, it just gives them so much more power to deal with that certain thing. And then, as you said, to be able to open that dialogue for parents, it's such a special time, at the end of the day, to be able to read with your child and hear about different things from their day. And yeah, so to be able to offer them new ways to express themselves.
Yes. And that
And I
was so
mean,
super important for me. Just because, I mean, my daughter right now is 22. So, I was working the first 8 years of her life. So that was actually my most special moment, with her, was to read. And for the exact, all the reasons that you just mentioned is why that time was so special. And so that has never left me, even though I don't work, but she's older now. But I understand that intimacy that, a parent can have with a child through reading a book.
now, is she motivated to be an author herself, seeing her mom do it so many times?
Well, she loves poetry, and I wouldn't doubt, they just have to do it. She told me today, how about if I wrote a poetry book? How would I publish? And I'm like, okay, I have all the people.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
I've a network of people, so that's not going to be, the issue. Like, let's just get started with writing.
Yeah.
But she
Now,
loves
after
poetry.
you wrote the first children's book, and then had it translated into, you said, 3 languages?
Greek, Spanish, and French.
Okay. From that endeavor, because that would have been a lot going through all of that, but very rewarding. Did how soon after that, or was it during that process that you already knew you wanted to write more children's books? Was it something that came naturally, that idea to do this second one?
Um, Nothing that really, I do, just, like for me, like it just gets kind of presented to me, and then I know to act on it. So actually, while all of this was happening with the first book, I had inspiration through my 3 trips in Sedona. This book actually is a 5-year project in the making, but my trip in Sedona specifically, I have a soul connection to Sedona. I've had a lot of mystical experiences there, and one particular place, Angel Valley in Sedona, has this really big angel labyrinth. And so I went there in 2017, 2018, and 2019. So after each walk of those at the labyrinth in those places each year, I got a piece of the story. So the first one was, the angel names, the 12 angels. I was in my journal. I didn't even know what I was writing. I was just writing like 12 names. And then later did I realize what that was. Like, they were just names of angels.
Mhm.
And in 2018, I got the idea that this was supposed to be a children's book. And so then in 2019, when I went in July 1, I intentionally wanted to go on a hot air balloon ride, my first ever, because I wanted to get as close as I possibly could to, to the angels, so I can listen and shout out my dreams and my wishes and all the things. And then 2 days later, I went back to Angel Valley, and did my walk in the labyrinth. And that's where the messages and the text for what the angels wanted to share with the children came through.
So that's each like a lesson or a teaching from each. Oh, wow.
Yes,
And which then,
like their purpose. Each angel has a purpose,
okay.
and so, if they're feeling worried, if they're feeling sad, if they're feeling unmotivated, if they're feeling bored, if, or if they have a dream, they're angels for all of those things, that they can, tap into. And I go into how you can connect with the angels through writing gratitude on gratitude clouds, so you write your gratitude, in these gratitude clouds. So then they go up to the angels, or you can write a letter to the angel. It's all in the book that I can totally share in a few moments. But yeah, each angel has a specific purpose and wanted them to know that they're there for them and they're always there for them. And they can tap and communicate and connect with these angels anytime they feel any of those mental or emotional, stresses.
Wow. What a ripple, like what a ripple this is creating. And I mean, just the mere fact of gratitude. I hate to admit this, I'm in my 40s, and it's just taken into my 40s to get into a regular daily practice of gratitude. And one of my mentors, Danelle Delgado, she's big on that every single day you write down your 10 things that you're grateful for. And it's so true. And I mean, to be giving this lesson to children and just really making it part of their daily go-to toolbox, that you're able to give them that lesson in a book like this, open up that dialogue for their parents, maybe even teaching it to some parents that are, struggling to get those daily mindset tools in. What a gift and what a ripple, like seriously, and for teachers, for parents, just to
And
help.
it's like what you said, we're in our 40s, we're doing these practices like now, right? And so a lot of moms and grandparents and teachers, we understand the value of it now. We're open to this
That
stuff
it
now. We're
really
learning
is
it
a
and
game
that it does
changer.
work.
It's
We
not
find
just
we find the value and the impact that it does have. And now, so we, like, for me, I'm like, we don't need to wait for the children to be in their 40s. Let's start now.
yeah.
Right. And then we have all the adults in their life on board with that, to start when they're younger. So it actually just becomes a way of life. It's not that something, tragic needs to happen in their life or any of these challenges to get to this point, where I think a lot of us had something to get to this point. Let's just make this a more positive, sort of healthy way of living and make it a lifestyle for them. And I think they have more support, in the world to encourage that mindset, because of the adults in their life and where we are as a world in
Mhm.
consciousness with this.
And I find too, right now, it's so much like what we radiate and what we choose to give off within our energy, the energy of our household, like that is on us as parents. We're the adults in the household, and it is our job to, yes, there's going to be times that we need to figure out how to, what tools we need to sort out. We're not perfect all the time, but knowing that, we are their pillar of strength and energy and love. And so that, what do we need to do for ourselves as humans and parents, and to show up in the best version of ourselves, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
ripple that on, and be able to share books like this with them, and just as you said, to get the dialogue going, to let them know how much we love them, that we're always there to listen to them. It's so, so important.
Yes. Yeah. So is it okay if I share some gratitude clouds?
That would
I'm
be
like so
amazing.
excited because I actually have the book in my hand. So I
And
did.
as you said, it was a surprise that it
It
actually
was
came
a
here.
surprise.
An
Yes.
added bonus. Not a surprise, no coincidences.
So these are gratitude clouds that they get to write in to connect with their angels. And I give examples on the previous page. And when I say I give examples, my energy is through the angel of imagination. So the angel of imagination actually leads them through this journey in a very safe hot air balloon ride. You get it? My Sedona hot air balloon.
Oh,
Super safe, but the angel imagination brings them up in an imaginary hot air balloon ride, and she
oh, hence
leads
the
them.
clouds that they're finding these beautiful messages. Oh my goodness.
And
That's
then I give them an angel of imagination gives them an example of writing a letter, how they can connect and communicate with the angel by writing a letter to the angel, and then on this page they get to write their own letter if they want.
if they want. Oh my gosh, that's
Yes.
beautiful. The colors are beautiful, so calming.
Yes, and then these are some of the angels: angel of peace and angel of breath.
Oh,
So
wow.
I tried my best to represent as many children as I possibly can, with, with gender, with hair color, with skin
Mhm.
color. And there's a hand position for each angel that was channeled through Chloe for more connection with the angel. So it's really, really amazing. And all of their mouths are in the shape of a heart. So they only radiate love.
Oh, and I was wanted to ask you about, going through that process, because I mean, so many of our friends and people watching do have that on their heart's desire to write a children's book, and sometimes not even knowing where they would start. And sometimes you just need that visualization piece, hearing someone else's story of how they went through that dance with the illustrator to get just that magical creation complete. So tell us a little bit about that
Yeah,
journey.
yeah. So when I had mentioned that I went to Sedona July 2019, and that's where it all came together, the text and everything. So then at that point, it was all complete. That August was the Dare to Dream conference that we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
August 2019, and that's where I met Chloe. And I knew at that moment at that conference that she was going to be the illustrator. And so when we were talking about illustrating, I had like done my own colorings, and drawings of what I thought the angels were supposed to look like and all the things. I'm like thinking ombre and, this and this color and maybe some polka dots. And, I was like everywhere, like with like these 12 angels. But then I heard completely, very clearly, and I do believe in this also, was that because, illustration is also an art, a creativity of the illustrator, that I value their spirit working through them to create. So as an author, I really thought it was my responsibility to be inspired for the idea and to really listen as, what words wanted to be expressed through me. But when it comes to illustration, I also need to trust their spirit to channel what needs to come through. So outside of my initial, visions, I let Chloe just take it on. I gave her the text and I gave her actually just the names of the angels,
Mm-hmm.
and she channeled, and they're just perfect. It's how they want to be expressed. It's how they want the children to connect to them. And I trust it completely. I love them all. They all have a unique energy and radiance to them that it's just perfect. It just and so if for me it's all about trusting our spirit and the way it moves us. And this is also what goes into finding the publisher or finding the illustrator, right? And that level of trust and faith in their gifts as well is there. So I pretty much let Chloe channel the angels. It was outside of maybe the only thing I might have added was, could we make their mouths a heart? And she loved that idea. She thought it was brilliant. She was all for it. So that was the only thing I think I had to say.
Yeah.
And the hand
Well,
positions and everything else was all Chloe.
okay. Oh, what a nice journey. It's just, yeah, it's interesting to hear about that, because I know of many people that are in that boat where they have it as a dream. And as I said, sometimes just hearing some of the parts of the story so you can visualize meeting your illustrator, knowing that it's a right fit, having the publisher to work with, and cover design. And all of that website, everything that goes along with just promoting the book and getting everything out there, which is wonderful. And so it's live on Amazon today. And what we will do is in the comments, I'll make sure we link up the US Amazon link and the Canada Amazon link so everyone can find easy access to get the book. Do You Believe in Angels? Yes, show up that beautiful cover again. It
I
is
know, isn't it
gorgeous.
beautiful? I love it.
It's really beautiful. And again, I just want to offer my sincere congratulations because it's such a big day going through launch day and just everything to come after this. And as you said, such a ripple because touching the hearts of children and parents and furthering that way to allow them to communicate and be there for each other, like what a huge gift beyond measure.
Thank you. You're
Beyond
the
measure. And
sweetest.
then your where can we find, do you have your website, so we'll link that up as well in the comments. And where is the best place to find you online? Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, I'm more of a face. I'm on both as a Swan Goddess, but I'm more active on Facebook. But I'm on both.
Okay, well, we'll make sure that we link that all up so that everyone has a way to find you. And I know there's some other things coming out later, so we'll be sure to keep everyone in touch on what's going on, any other things that you have coming up for children and all of that. And I'll also pop the other book that you're involved in as
Oh,
well.
Hello, Sun, Moon, and
All of those.
Stars.
Yeah, we'll put all of
Thank
those
you.
in there as well, and your women who
Influence. The
influence.
third one, yeah.
Yes, I was in Women Who Inspire, number
Yeah.
2. Influence was 3, right?
Yes.
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 So yes, what an excitement. We are, as I said, we always say, like, we're so blessed to be part of such a wonderful community. We had the gift of being able to meet each other in person in Philadelphia back in 2018. And it just, everyone just, lit up the room with their passion and love. And that's why I was so excited just to cheer for you today and have you on. Have a big congratulations. So thanks again. I'm going to let you go get grounded before your next interview that you have going on today with Denise.
With Denise. Yes.
Yes.
At three
Oh,
o'clock.
that's
Yes.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you
thank you
so much,
so
Lisa.
much.
You have such a big heart. Thank
Oh,
you.
well, thank you. So do you. So have a lovely day, everyone, and we'll be cheering for you on launch day.
Thank you.
Bye. I'm going to turn the live stream off. Have a lovely day, everyone.